everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our little show. Thanks for clicking on the thumbnail. Welcome back to
Roll with the Troll.
With the Troll, and I'm here with the voice of reason. If you're not familiar with the show,
Thank you so much.
Voice of reason here tries to keep my mindset a little bit more PG-13, I guess.
It ain't
A little bit
easy.
more focused. No, so check it out. We just watched Obi-Wan Episode 1.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 1.
Just watched it.
Now, I got to tell you, I have not been thrilled with Disney Plus. Most people loved Mandalorian. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay, but I'm not thrilled with it.
I loved it.
Thought Boba Fett blew ass.
Yeah. Well,
Terrible.
that was disappointing, unfortunately.
Terrible
Yeah.
TV show. We reviewed Episode 1,
Yeah.
and you'll notice we never reviewed another episode. We just kind of dropped off the earth and went back to talking about Daniel LaRusso every day.
Yeah.
But honestly, Boba Fett was just bad. Episode 1 could have gone somewhere eventually, but we just didn't care for it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are with Obi-Wan. Now, I kind of felt like, look, I'm sort of done with Disney Plus. I mean, between the failed TV shows and all these unnecessary spinoffs, like they had like the Bad Batch and all these spinoffs that are just kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
So between all that and the kiddie porn agenda, I just
my
felt
God.
like Disney Plus and I are just not friends anymore.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. I'm not thrilled to be resubscribed at this point to Disney Plus. But
Yeah, the pedophile shit can go.
Yeah, I did have the chance to see the first several episodes of Obi-Wan, and they are so good. I had to share it with you. So here we are, back with Disney for the duration of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, dude, Disney's gonna be like the girl you're not interested in, but every now and then, if you're completely bored, you're like, all right, you can come over.
That's right?
That's what we're gonna do to Disney Plus now. We're gonna treat Disney Plus like the whore that it is.
Jeez.
Okay, that's the respect that Disney Plus gets from us. Are you with me on this?
Yeah, I get what
we
you're
will
saying.
call Disney Plus up at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go
completely
any
wasted.
further. We're good.
And just go,
We've
if you
got
want to
it.
come over, that's fine. And that's the way we're going to treat Disney Plus. So
Okay.
anyway, let's get into the show.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 1. Now, again, Voice of Reason saw the first 3. This is my first time seeing anything with it. I was very reluctant. I got to tell you.
I had to drag you into it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's awesome. This
you
is a funny
trust
thing.
my judgment sometimes.
Here's the thing with Disney Star Wars now. Disney's had Star Wars. Well, they've been doing things with Star Wars for 6 years, 7 years?
Something like that, yeah.
I guess 7 years. 2015 was Episode 7. So okay. It's a very up and down with Disney Plus or Disney and Star Wars to me.
Yes.
One thing sucks, another thing's really good. Another thing sucks, another thing's really good. It's really weird because again, that sequel trilogy to Star Wars was the worst.
Oh, it was awful.
Worst thing ever. Worst trilogy in history.
Yeah. I have very not nice names for one of those directors in particular.
Yeah.
I won't say it because I try not to. But nothing inspires me more to drop an F-bomb than Episode 8.
Yeah, and you don't like to do that. You're more like a librarian type, right?
I know.
But so those movies were terrible. But then again, some of the other Star Wars stuff since then has been really cool. Like I really liked Rogue One a lot.
I did too.
And I thought Solo had a lot of merit. I really thought Solo was considerably better than what most people thought of it.
Totally agree with that.
It wasn't a home run, but it was quite good. I'm glad it's out for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part. I go up and down with that one
I'd
too.
watch it again.
But so to talk about Obi-Wan now, after we just got shit on by the Book of Boba Fett, which was so dumb. This was great. I'm really surprised at how great it was. Right off the bat, seeing the Inquisitors. See, here's a funny thing. The Inquisitors, seeing the toys and seeing them in animation, I always thought this could never work in live action. Now it worked perfectly.
And look.
Worked perfectly.
Yeah, I know.
They were great. They're great in live action, actually.
Yeah, they look great. They sound great. The intensity as this first episode begins is palpable.
Yeah, it was right off the bat really good. And even the flashbacks they had from the prequels, I thought really fit. They were a good way to get things started.
Yeah.
They didn't need them, but I thought it was nice to have that. And once we got going, God, the whole scene at the bar was intense right off the bat. It was very, very traditional Star Wars, I thought. Felt just right. And the Inquisitors were fantastic. We got to know them very quickly. I think we got to know their place and everything. You know what the Inquisitors remind me of?
Who?
General Zod and those two fuckers he always hangs out with. You got a woman who's just vicious, who's just like, we're going to hunt down Superman and put our foot in his asshole. Like she's vicious. And then you got the leader who's like very intelligent and very methodical.
Trying to be calm and measured about things.
But still angry at the same time. He's kind of right in between the two.
Yeah.
And then you got like a big tough guy, and I felt like this was so similar to that. So.
Oh, yeah, that's spot on.
I know what I'm talking about.
So what did you think of Obi-Wan Kenobi? The character.
Oh, you must mean old Ben Kenobi. See that?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he was great. What I really loved, I got Dark. I'm talking more DCEU now, but I got Dark Knight vibes from that.
Really?
Yeah, because in the Dark Knight Rises and also in the Dark Knight, like in some of the graphic novel stuff, the idea is that Batman hasn't been Batman for a long time. And that people are like, we need you. Remember how Commissioner Gordon in Dark Knight Rises? Okay. He's like, you must be Batman.
Gotcha. I can see the parallel.
That's like exactly what we got here, right? We got Obi-Wan Kenobi is like, I put down the cape and cowl 10 years ago, and I will not let another Robin die under my,
Oh, wow.
And of course we had Bail Organa, who's just like, you must come save my daughter, you son of a bitch. You put us in this whole thing.
You didn't.
That was the subtext though, was like, you kind of got us into this.
Yeah.
So here's Obi-Wan. He's like, all right, I'm going to be Batman again. Let's do this. I'm going to step back out there. I thought this was great. And this was in real contrary to Boba Fett, where the first episode of Boba Fett, nothing really happened for me. It was a lot of setup.
Yeah.
And I thought, geez, I kind of want something to happen.
Yeah.
Here, I was afraid they were going to do the same thing and just have lots of setup. No, 30 minutes in, we had things happening.
Yeah.
We had Obi-Wan going out there to do his thing.
Yep. They gave us enough setup. They gave us all of the setup that we needed to get up to speed, understand the environment and the last 10 years, and then bam, right into it.
Yeah, very well done. How about young Princess Leia?
Oh my gosh. They knocked it out of the park with this kid.
Yeah, perfect.
She's amazing. Perfect for Leia. This totally sets you up to understand the grown-up Leia that we all know and love. Oh gosh, I think that Carrie Fisher would have been thrilled.
Yeah.
Thrilled. Yeah.
It's hard to think that Carrie Fisher wouldn't have just been really proud of this and honored.
No, I think that she would have been writing love letters to this kid.
Yeah. This kid really, really did a great job.
I don't know her name. That's why I keep calling her kid, but so I'll have to take a better look at the credits. But yeah, this girl is incredible. The writing is great, but she really brings forth
very sassy.
Yeah.
What I really like is that right off the bat in Star Wars Episode 4, when I was a little kid watching that movie, I thought, wow, you could tell this fucking Princess Leia has really, she's been around this a lot. You could tell she's someone who had a history of constantly having bad guys in the house, always around. And like, she was just like a kid who grew up with like their dad was a cop. And and some shit happened.
Very self-assured and was not intimidated standing in front of. I mean, I'm sure she was, but she didn't show it. She knew how to not show how intimidated Vader was standing 2 inches from her face.
Yeah, she's like, oh, look at you, you asshole on someone's leash, you fat fuck. She wasn't afraid of him in jail. That didn't rock her boat very much. She's just like, fuck it, I'm in jail. Whatever. Yeah. She was always so tough about everything.
Lounging casually as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. And then she's smart mouths up to him. So I felt like as soon as we saw a young Leia, I thought, well, I want to see her really be the way that would make sense that 8 years later she would be the Leia that we know from Episode 4. And they nailed it. Like, if she seemed at all, I wouldn't have believed that if at age 10 she was in any way timid, that like she was going to pull a V for Vendetta, where all of a sudden she's like, I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah,
that wouldn't work for me. I felt so much like in Episode 4, Leia had all fear removed from her at a young age. You know who? Yeah. I'm going to go back to DCEU for a third time.
Okay.
Leia in New Hope.
Yeah.
At age 18 reminds me of Damian Wayne from Batman.
Really?
Because Damian Wayne was brought up surrounded by darkness and fighting and killing and violence. He killed his first man at a really young age. Like, Damian was so not a regular kid.
Yeah.
It's to fucking say it lightly. So I felt like that's the way we need to see young Leia. And we did. We saw a young Leia who was already, but she'd figured out a lot about the world, and she was a little badass.
Yeah.
Her cousin, kind of a prick.
Yeah, very.
I wonder what his problem is. Why does he have to treat her like this just because she's adopted? That's his problem. Like, even in Alderaan, we have like there's this weird bigotry towards someone just for being adopted. Like she's a little kid.
Oh, he's just feeling territorial.
What an asshole. What I think.
Yeah.
What an absolute asshole.
Yeah. But look how she handled him, though.
She handled him well. What bummed me out was then the way the parents are like, you got to apologize, though.
Yeah.
I felt like, I got to tell you, I like Bail Organa in a lot of ways. He seems like the man of the house who takes care of things. But that's one thing I disagree with them on. I would have been like, no, she's not apologizing for shit. I'm not going to tell.
Well, they're raising her to be a proper princess also, and to be a senator, and to be able to, and
I don't care. I don't care.
Decorum is what they're doing.
Yeah, this had nothing to do with anyone's dick. Look, she needs to tell. She should. What she should do to that cousin? Walk up to him and go, hey, I said some really mean things to you earlier. I said some nasty things about your spirit, your personality, and I just want you to know. And then right when he's kind of waiting for the apology, she's like, go fuck yourself. Punches him in the balls, takes him down. Aren't you kind of short to be my cousin? You know what I mean? Hit him with all the... Call him a scruffy nerf herder. That'll do it.
There you go.
That'd be great if she knows scruffy nerf herder at that age.
Well, I loved it when her mother was telling her that she had to apologize to her cousin, and she whipped around and said, I'd rather be digested by something. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, I was like, oh, yeah, that is perfect, Leia. It's like, I'd just as soon be kissed by a Wookiee.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. Hey, how about the young Jedi guy who was and again, I gotta come back to Dark Knight Rises. This is a lot like Dark Knight Rises, because in the Dark Knight Rises, there's the whole Detective Blake storyline. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he's like, he keeps confronting Bruce, and he's like, I know who you are. Because I figured it out by the look in your eye a long time ago, and I just knew from the look in your eye you were Batman. Remember how lazy that was? But he kept telling Bruce, like, some of those people need your help. You got to get back out there and be Batman. He was very much like the Bail Organa here, right? Telling him, like, you got to get out there, you lazy fucker. Get out here and start being your superhero self again. And I think... Well, I guess I'm saying Bail Organa was like that, but so was this young Jedi.
Yeah, both of them.
They were both telling him, but then the young Jedi was killed.
Yeah.
And the way he was hanging up there like that, like to be a public display, that's straight out of a lot of history books.
Sure.
Of course, it's 2022, and it seems to be a fad now to try to just forget history ever happened. That seems to be the thing right now. But for those of us who still care about history and still think we should probably not repeat the bad things, we know that is like right out of so many like dictatorships and shit. You make an example of the people you kill, and yet you hang their bodies up like that. That's
in the town square for everybody. That was very powerful, very well shot.
Yeah, that actor was great too.
Yeah,
it was this was a really, really good first episode. On a scale of 1 to 10,
yeah,
I think I got to give it at least a 9, maybe a 10.
I give it a 10. I'm hooked. I can't wait to see every single episode.
Where's Jabba the Hutt? Is he going to come strolling around?
I don't know yet.
This is a great opportunity to use him. Because, obviously you can't use him in Mandalorian or that terrible Boba Fett show if that comes back. Because, he's deceased. But here is when he's kind of in his prime or close to his prime.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I guess we don't really know.
Maybe we will see an appearance of Jabba, but...
If this show goes on for a long time, I'll tell you something about the show before we wrap up here. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, click like. And
please
subscribe. Only a small percentage of people who watch this show and check the show or listen to the show at least actually subscribe. So subscribe. If you've checked the show out and you like it, hey, you're part of the family. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah. Let us know what you think of the series. And there was just one other thing that I wanted to point out also, if we have time, is Owen, Uncle Owen. You start to get the sense, even in this very first episode, that he feels very paternal to Luke. And I think that might have been a question mark for, like we knew that he was the uncle and he took him in and things like that, but
never got the impression he cared.
Not so much in A New Hope. It was hard to tell. Was he just wanting Luke to stick around because he was a farmhand?
He used him.
The help?
He was using Luke to be a farmhand.
Or was there real concern for Luke going out in the world? And now we're starting to see, there were very paternal feelings.
Yeah, it was fucking wicked. Very well done. A great first episode. So guys, like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Let us know in the comments what you think of the show.
Let's discuss.
All right, we're going to talk about season 2 very soon here. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, bye, guys.